Hello and welcome to Painting Panzers. My name's Christian and today we've got another 172 scale toy soldier. Today's toy soldier is a 172 Union/Confederate officer. He's actually from the Confederate set, so we'll call him the Confederate officer that's come across from the Union Army in the American Civil War. So I do apologise for all the historical inaccuracies that might be involved in this video. I know absolutely nothing about the period, as you are about to find out, but I did use a photo on Google which I mistakenly took for a Confederate officer, but I've since been told that that it was common for Union officers to go across to the Confederate Army, etc., when they were switching sides and whatnot. So hopefully that's going to redeem this video, but if you've come here for a historical video, you've come to the wrong place indeed. But I'm going to leave it at that. Let's get stuck into this video. Now, this Confederate officer is from the Confederate Infantry set from ESCI, which is now part of the italeri range. And the set is actually really nice. Not so keen on the flag bearer, but everything else looks really, really nice. And we'll see a few more of these in future videos. So to start off with, I prime my figure in Tamiya Surface Primer light grey, and then I'm painting this officer's uniform in dark Prussian blue. Now this particular officer, as I've said, is a Union officer. However, for some reason I mistook this picture to be a Confederate officer. So we're going to be painting this guy as a Union officer that's moved across to the Union Army, which apparently wasn't all too uncommon. So with this belt and the straps for his sword and such, and any gold areas, I'm going to be painting them in old wood. So you can see here that he's got a nice strap going across there, as well as some straps to his sword. The handle of his sword would be in gold, so I'll be painting those as well. Then for this officer's boots, I'm going to be painting those in black. So I'm using the photos that we saw on screen just shy of a minute ago as my reference photo, because I know absolutely nothing, and I mean zero, about the American Civil War. And this was just something in a set, and I thought I should paint something up, hence why I got the uniform wrong. So please do go easy on me if I'm getting some of the colours incorrect. So for the pistol holster, I'm going to be painting that in German camo medium brown. So we're going to be going for like a leathery look to this one. I'll also be painting the handle of his sword in that colour, as well as this little bag here as well. I'm not sure if this is just for like his money or like some sort of spare bag or pouch. I'm not exactly sure what that would be for, so please do let me know in the comment section. And then the metal areas, I'm going to be painting those in black grey. So he's got his revolver, which will be painted in black grey, as well as his hat. Then for his sword, the reference photo that I used had a silver part here, the sheath, so I'm going to be pasting that in base lead belcher from Warhammer, but any other silver will do. And then finally, he's got like a little handkerchief or scarf or something here. So I'm going to be painting that in Stonewall Grey. You can tell that I'm not used to painting anything other than World War II figures. I'm saying it all wrong and I really have no idea what I'm talking about. But the colour choices hopefully are correct. And then just pick an appropriate colour for the facial hair. I'm just going to go with German camo medium brown, just because it was on the palette already. But it's up to you what you want to do, if you want to go a bit darker in that. Then I'm going to be using null oil and Lafayette medium at a 1:1 ratio. Again, this is from Warhammer, just like our silver. That 1:1 ratio is really crucial, because if you just go straight null oil, it will become super dark and it will ruin your model. It will require a lot of cleanup. So I'm going to be giving it a layer of dark Prussian blue and white grey at a 1:1 ratio. And now this is the only layer that we're doing. So I'm not going to do any other highlights or anything like that. And you can see that this blue becomes more like a denim blue, but it works really great for 172 scale figures. And I'm going to speed it up ever so slightly, but I'm going to leave this segment going for a little bit longer than I would ordinarily do, just so you can get an appreciation of how I'm actually layering this figure. So you can see that I'm leaving the dark original base color that's been washed in those recesses, and then I'm putting on that new coat of paint everywhere else. So with that coat and trousers done, or uniform, we can go the old wood with old wood and Iraqi sand at a 1:1 ratio. So that was that belt that's going across his body there, as well as the straps going down to this sword, and the little strap that runs around the sword, not the gold areas. We're going to be actually painting those in a metallic gold colour in just a short while. So just paint any of the straps in this colour. So for the belt buckle, I'm going to be just painting that in Iraqi sand. I could have painted it in gold, I think, but I'm going to go Iraqi sand, as well as his little buttons here on his jacket. I think that's going to work really nicely, and you can see how that blue really does pop with that Iraqi sand with the buttons there, opposed to using a metallic colour. So for the worn leather look, we're going to go with German camo medium brown and orange brown at a 1:1 ratio. Now this particular figure is really cool. It's actually got US stamped on the holster. It was really hard to try and capture that, so you won't see it in the painting, but you could see it in person, which was really cool. Now for the silver, I'm going to go ahead and use Stormhost silver from Warhammer. So it's a brighter silver than the original one we used. It's just going to make that stand out a lot more. And then to complement that silver, I'm going to be using gold on the gold area. So the handle here, and then the bottom of the sheath also has a gold part on it as well. And this sword is then going to really stick out nicely. So for the revolver, I'm going to go and hit it with a layer of black grey and basalt grey at a 1:1 ratio. And there's lots of details on here, so it's going to paint up really nicely. And you're pretty much just repainting the whole thing, just leaving that original base colour in the recesses. And then to highlight, just go ahead and give some basalt grey on there. You can see I'm just picking out all the raised areas on the revolver, and you can see that revolver's already starting to really take shape. I made a little bit of a mistake there. My paint was a little bit too wet. Just add a little bit of water to tip of your brush and just brush it away, and then go back over it once it's dry. And then for that scarf, I'm going to just hit it with white grey. I'm not exactly sure what colour it would be, but there's plenty of detail in that scarf, and it's going to make that scarf really pop. It's almost like a Colonel Sanders scarf. I don't know what you would actually call it. And then for the flesh, I'm going to be using light flesh from AK Interactive. So it's a bit of a mix. We're using AK Interactive paints, Warhammer paints, and Vallejo. But sometimes you've got to do that because you're going to find different paints and such that you take a liking to. And then once that flesh paint has been given a chance to dry, I go over it with Flesh Wash from Vallejo. I'm using a battered old brush, but one that's got a pointy tip. And I'm just letting that wash sit in the recesses, but try not to let it pool in areas. And once you've given it about 15 minutes to dry, I'm just going to hit it with light flesh and highlight flesh at a 1:1 ratio from AK Interactive. I'm just going to paint a line on the nose, just paint a little line underneath the eye socket, a little line on that bottom lip that's coming out of the beard and such, and then on the fingers. You can see I'm just hitting the fingers there as well. And then there we have it. Now I did miss how I highlighted his hat. It was exactly the same way I did the pistol, except I didn't go over it with basalt grey. So it was just black grey and basalt grey at a 1:1 ratio, in case you are wondering. So do let me know in the comments section how you found this video. I do apologise if you've come here for a historical video, you've come to the wrong place. But from the picture I used at the start, I think I've got something very similar. So yeah, really interested to know what you think. I'm just going to call this the Confederate/Union officer, and we'll see how that sticks. But yeah, I feel like a bit of a noob. But we make mistakes. It's the joy of this hobby. It's going to give me a chance to learn and such all about the American Civil War, of which I know pretty much nothing about. Now, a massive thank you goes out to my patrons and YouTube channel members. You guys are all awesome. A special mention, like always, goes to my Panzer Aces. So that's Patrick, Oscar, James, Panzer Jim, Colin, Lack of Foresight Gaming, Mike, Mikey, Eric, Rothgar, Jonathan, Ian, and Adam. You guys are all champions. Thank you so much for being those aces. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it here. Don't forget to leave me a comment below, and until then I will catch you at the next one.